Hello everyone, it's Black Shadow here. Hope you're keeping fairly well and you've enjoyed your Junes more than I have. I don't know about you guys, but I will be fairly glad to see the back of June 2023. Been a pretty frustrating and disappointing month and just haven't had the opportunity to do a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do. We did make the move, as I've updated in the past couple of updates, at the start of the month. And while, like where I am is not too bad a place, the location isn't too shabby either. It's not going to work here. But the good news is that we have, at least in principle, secured a new place we're going to be moving to in about a week or so. While we haven't officially signed the dotted line yet, there's no reason that shouldn't happen. Should be doing that in a couple of days, early next week, to move next weekend. As it turns out, and this wasn't by any design at all, the person that's already there has actually dabbled in content creation and broadcasting themselves. By pure chance, had no idea. It's a small world sometimes, pretty fascinating. Anyways, so what that means is streaming wise on Twitch and such, there's going to be probably I've just done a stream today, Cool Spot, a game for the Sega Genesis, which quite a few people seem to know about, and I'll probably be doing something this Sunday as well, doing something, I don't know what. Next weekend, I doubt I will, because I'll also be busy moving, getting everything set up, and then probably to resume the weekend afterwards. But what's going on YouTube-wise? Well, obviously we're doing plenty of Troubleshooter. I've really enjoyed this game. I've put in a lot of time in it as well, especially these 2 weeks, because I've had the place to myself, so I've decided just to go really heavy on recording. We're up to about video 25 on the uploads on the series on YouTube. I have recorded up to about part 50. I have gone heavy, really heavy at this game. And that's what I've had to do, because I know that next week I'm going to basically be doing zero recording. There's going to be all sorts of stuff going on. And I don't know when the recording resumes, sort of the week afterwards. I'm not too sure yet, so we shall see. But obviously not everyone wants to watch Troubleshooter. It's not for everyone. Totally accept that, and I knew it going in. It's a pretty big game. I want to do something else on the side. Well, basically everything I wanted to do, I've been kind of waiting to kick on for, for sales and such. And good news, everyone! The Steam Summer Sale has begun, and as such, there's a couple of games that I've got my eyes on that are on decent reduction, which we're going to be kicking off with. And that journey is going to begin with Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. This was a requested series from Starfruit. And it's a game that I have played way back. I gave it a spin. And I didn't think too much of the game, but I think I might have been a little bit harsh on it. It just didn't really suit for whatever reason. I didn't really get into it. But it's been quite a few years since then, and as such, we are going to be resuming this. This should be a bit more up the alley of more people watching it. Shouldn't take too long to play either as well. It's not quite, Yakuza GTA. It's a little bit kind of, the game doesn't take it entirely seriously. Doesn't take itself entirely seriously. And it's a kind of a bit more of a shortened, condensed experience. From my recognition, but it should still be a good time, and we'll enjoy that. So the plan is I might actually start recording that tomorrow, being Saturday, because again, I'm not really getting much recording done next week realistically, so I will get recording of this to start getting uploaded at some point next week. But yeah, let's say the entire Steam Summer Sale is underway, so I'm sure there's going to be other bits and pieces kicking on. And I'll be sampling through my list of stuff that I might want to do, and just other bits and pieces that might take my eyes, to see if there's anything else that I fancy doing. As a quick reminder as well, for other stuff that I did say I wanted to do, Final Fantasy X-2, I still would like to do that, but I will not be considering starting that until we finish Troubleshooter, which has got a bit of distance to go, putting it mildly. And obviously I've talked about other games as well, in regards to channel, request series. I've also got Metal Gear Rising, Metal Gear Solid 4 is also on the Patreon request list. That has been paid for as well. I know folks say, well, hold on, Shadow, aren't you do Metal Gear Solid 3? Well, I think at this rate, if I was going to have done Metal Gear Solid 3 original, I would have done it by now. And the fact that I haven't done it by now tells me that I probably am not going to do it. And that's just the way it is. Of course, they have got the remaster, or remake, whatever it is, that has been in the works, and it's possible I might end up doing that one instead, but I don't think I'm going to play the original Metal Gear Solid 3 at this point, because I would have already have done it. And that's fine. There's no shortage of series and content of Metal Gear Solid 3 on that, and it's a pretty long game as well. It's I could definitely do it, but I don't know. I've never really been like, I woke up and like, I really want to get started making something. It just hasn't happened. I like the game. It's got a lot of cool detail. The problem is that my favorite part of Metal Gear Solid 3 is a lot of like the side calls and side chatting other people. There's lots of fun, interesting stuff, and that sort of thing is really good. But honestly, personally speaking, I was never that highly impressed with the gameplay itself. Like, it's got some cool stuff. But, like, I've played Metal Gear Solid 1 and I played Metal Gear Solid 2. So, maybe being overly critical, maybe. But, yeah, I don't think we're going to do it at this point. I don't expect it to change. There's a lot to do on the list. Just have a look at the rest of the sale here currently. This is all the Resident Evil stuff here. Some decent stuff here. Resident Evil 2 Remake. £8. If you've got someone that you think might be interested in Resident Evil and might enjoy the game and you want them to have an entry into the series, this would be a good time to do it. It's well worth the price. Just saying. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically it. Don't want to make this too long an update. Not really necessary. We've obviously had plenty going on. And I will probably know more of how the ground stands in about a week or so once the move is done. And things are set up. I'll kind of know more how things are going to play out going ahead, but we shall see. The long and short of it basically is things were a lot worse, and I'm very glad that Progress is coming along with that now, and I'm looking forward to just being able to just crack on with stuff, and kind of get things back on the rail. That was the whole point of moving here. By this point, I was expecting to be basically set up and already rock and rolling, but it has not turned out that way at all. And that's the way it goes sometimes. Not everything goes to plan, and sometimes you just got to make the best of what you've got in front of you. Is what it is. Anyways, folks, thanks for the company. Enjoy yourselves. I will see you in July. Hopefully Slim Dogs will be a decent old blast, I'm kind of looking forward to it. And then once things are settled down, we can start looking a bit more at the autumn. Obviously, September or October are not that far away. What I'm going to do for horror season, I'm not entirely sure. I did mention Signalis, and Signalis I will probably be doing for horror season. I think it's not in a huge reduction though at the moment. It's only like 20% off or something, so I might see if I can pick it up a little bit cheaper from somewhere. But that will almost certainly be played some point then. But we'll also do some RE stuff as well. Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well is also, I think it's on my wish list actually. Let you see all this lovely good stuff. Did mention about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, it's only 20% here. Is actually reduced, which is interesting. You can pre-purchase it for 10% off, which is interesting. I don't remember the last time I've seen a game that you can pre-purchase off Steam and get it reduced. It's fascinating, but as I say, I am looking forward to this game, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I bet there'll be quite a few streams of this once it comes out. So we shall see. So anyways, thanks for the company, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully I'll see you maybe Sunday for some streaming. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for Sleeping Dogs, and we'll suss it out from there. Take care, everyone.